What's up, everybody? So, I'm sure there are plenty of you who perhaps were a little miffed that Indomitus sold out so quickly for pre orders on the first day of pre orders for Indomitus. It was quite the struggle on the website to navigate it. When it did hit the website, I did manage to get my pre order in for a copy of Indomitus and some of the paints, but not everybody did. Some people may have had to work and couldn't have. With my job, sometimes I work on the weekends, Saturday specifically. Didn't have to, but definitely a plausibility. So I definitely understand why some people might have been a bit miffed or upset for sure at missing the opportunity to get the Indominus box set pre-order, and then having to scrounge around and figure out how they can get a copy. What local stores near me have stock coming in? Do they know how many they have coming in? Are they all already spoken for? Can I put a deposit on one? These are the questions that start racing through people's minds. And I get it. It's annoying. So I was waiting before doing a ramble on it to see what GW would have to say to the speed at which it sold out. And I honestly was expecting something come Wednesday, Thursday, not on Monday. And I wasn't expecting what they did, which is great. I was expecting them to say, this coming Saturday is going to be another batch of pre-order capability, and then that's it for a limited time or something. Instead, they completely canned it in terms of being limited numbers stock-wise. It's still going to be a limited run box set, but from Monday, as of this ramble, to at the very least, I guess, the end of pre-order time, maybe even a little bit after that, I don't know, it is listed as a made-to-order item. Now, to be honest with you, GW, you dropped the ball here. You claim to be surprised at how fast it sold out. All things like this sell out fast on your website. It's never not happened, right? So, they do claim that they made a whole bunch more than they ever made before, yada, yada, yada. Look, forgetting scalpers who are kind of scummy. Just the sheer fact of the player base and the popularity of one of those factions, the Necrons still being really cool too, you probably should have encountered or expected to encounter this situation. So this is a great fix, a great answer to the question, a great way to save face as well. It's all good things. I'm not saying anything bad about this decision they made, but it should have been done from the beginning. And what they did is they made it made to order. And I think what should have been in this 2-week pre-order window was just it open for pre-orders the entire time to take the orders in. Now, of course, that means we need to have the stock to support it to get it out to you in a timely fashion. Made to order means it won't come out in a very timely fashion, but it will come to you. It'll take upwards of 4 months, potentially. Their goal is to get it to you quicker than that, but it could take as long as 4 months. So made to order works there. I don't know when they either A, stop making Indominus, or B, slow down the production of it, but in either case, that should have never happened, and the pre-order should have been able to continue throughout the entirety of the 2 weeks. That's just me. However, that is quite an undertaking stock-wise. I get it. So this is a great answer. Made to order. How it works. One per customer. You go to the website, you order Indominus, and you wait. It's that simple. You do it like you order anything else from GW's website. They do specifically state in the article, in the Warhammer Community article, that if you want it come launch day, contact the local stores near you, GW store or independent retailer near you, whatever the case is, see if they have one for you to put a deposit on, basically. Because you will not be getting it as a made-to-order item on launch day. It'll take upwards of 4 months. I'm assuming that 120-day range starts on launch day. I'm assuming. But I'm also assuming they're going to fulfill the orders as they come in. So if you order first, you're probably going to get it sooner than a guy ordered it 500th. You know what I mean? That's my guess. Who knows? But anyways, it's that simple. You put your order in for one per customer, and you wait. And I'm so happy they did that, to be honest with you. I already have my copy on order from the pre-order time. But I'm so happy they did this for the people who have to work that Saturday or who just weren't able to put an order in right away and either don't want to or can't go to a local store to get it for whatever reason. Maybe it's a little bit too far away. Maybe it's already spoken for. They're not really a regular, so trying to get your hands on one is a little bit difficult. Sometimes they can be that way with the independent store and so on. But yeah, it's still the same price, still the same contents. And I want to finish up this ramble, as you probably can tell by the title, by kind of doing a quick down and dirty breakdown of the value of this box set, which nobody's questioning the value of this box set. Which is good, and I'm glad it's around because this kind of sticks a foot in the scalper's plans that you can make to order it. Because I just don't like when people hoover up, you could say people vacuum up all the product, hoard it, and then try to sell it for a profit by price gouging it. It's just, for a hobby like this, real kind of a scummy thing. But anyway, that's just me. Indomitus is a fantastic value. It's still $200, right? It's the same price. It's not more expensive to be made to order, so that's good. But it's still $200. That's not, $200 is $200. That's not necessarily going to be considered cheap by anybody. But it's not overpriced. The value is in there inherently. And you have to remember, if you're going to try and do some pseudo math like I do, to break down the value of the miniatures within and see how the value could theoretically be, you have to first subtract $65 from Indomitus's cost. You still are paying $200, of course, but $65 of that is going to the core rulebook that comes in it. It's a full-size core rulebook. So that normally by itself is $65. And you could say, well, then it would be probably around $50, $55, whatever, because yada, yada, yada. For ease, $65 right off the price from the beginning. $200, subtract $65, we're down to $135. And that's where we start our journey of mathematics with miniatures. Anyways, I chose the Space Marines to do my value breakdown for this ramble because there's less of them. There's less Space Marine miniatures. And therefore, if it's a value on the Space Marine side, then you definitely know it's a value on the Necron side, if you just want it for one of those factions. Obviously, if you go in halvesies with somebody or semi-halvesies with somebody, then the value becomes even greater. But I can tell you, spoiler alert, even if you just want the Space Marine stuff out of it, buying it by yourself is still of value. So there is that. You don't have to feel like you must. Plus, you could always just hang on to those, and then somebody wants them, you could sell them, I guess, or trade them for stuff, right? Somebody else bought a box set, they're a Necron player, you're a Space Marine player, you can say, I'll trade you Necron stuff for Space Marine stuff like that. Anyways, we're looking at the box set as a whole, starting off at $135 because $65 right away goes to the core rulebook. Now, we do have push-fit stuff for Space Marines for sale right now, Primaris. They're called easy to build. Now, the push-fit stuff in Indomitus isn't necessarily easy to build. Look at some of the Necron stuff. That instruction assembly guide is going to be very nice. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. My point is these easy-to-build guys that you can buy right now, Intercessors, Rivers, the Redemptor Dreadnought, and when it comes back in stock, the Aggressors, they're all push-fit. So we have models that kind of work for us and looking at this stuff from Indomitus. So right off the bat, the Primaris Intercessors Easy to Build is a $15 kit. It gives you 3 push-fit Intercessors, so $5 a model. We can apply that to the Assault Intercessor push-fit squad of 10. At $5 a model, that's $50. So in theory, if getting the Assault Intercessors, 10 of them would be $50, theoretically, we subtract that from $135, and we're left with $85. We're down to $85 with just the rulebook and 1 kit. Now, we have the Blade Guard Veterans. There's 3 of them. They're not quite as bulky as the Aggressors, sure, but they're still bulky-ish, big-ish. And while the aggressors have the two power fist style hands and the weapons on that and whatnot, the Blade Guard veterans have sword and shield and extra ornamentation and whatnot. So I think they're equivalent enough. So 3 aggressors is $35. The 3 easy to build aggressors in that one kit. So that $35 kit can be applied price-wise for this theoretical breakdown to the Blade Guard veterans. So we do that, we're down to $50. The rulebook and 2 kits or 2 squads of Space Marine stuff, and we're down to $50 already. Where we go from here is up in the air, right? We still have the Eradicators to look at, the Blade Guard Ancient, the 3 Outriders, the Judicaire, the Lieutenant, the Captain, and the Chaplain. And $50 just to spread amongst them, you could say. So, Primaris HQs and Primaris Lieutenants run $35 a pop. You look at GW's website for like the I think the Apothecary is also $35. The Lieutenant, I believe, is $35. Librarian, and so on. So even if we take $5 off the top of that, because these guys are push fit compared to the gluing required, well, one of them, we'll just take the Judicaire, because he's new, takes us down to $20. And if we want to just throw the Blade Guard Ancient in there for $20, because it's not quite a Lieutenant or an HQ, it's something special, or anything like that, even though it probably would be more than $20, we could throw them in there for $20. And that covers everything. We still have the Outriders, we still have the Eradicators, we still have, that's 6 models right there, 9 models of Space Marines left, 2 units of 3, and then a Captain, Lieutenant, and Chaplain. And we covered the cost of Indomitus. So I just wanted to do that breakdown as kind of some food for thought. The smaller of the 2, model count wise, still works out to be a deal if you buy Indomitus just for the Space Marines and do nothing with the Necrons. So that's just some food for thought. Is this 100% accurate, a true 1-for-1 correlation? No, of course not. We won't really know what that correlation would be until some of the stuff is sold by itself once Indomitus is gone. But I think it's still a pretty fair assumption to make based on the data we have. So with that said, I'll talk more on the sprues another time. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on this, I think, pretty good move from GW. A nice saving face move, and quite frankly, a move I wasn't expecting. And then with that, I thought I'd go over the value in case you're still, for some reason, on the fence if you were a fan of either of 2 factions. It's still $200, I get that, but the bargain in terms of miniatures you're getting, even if you take the $135 and then divide it by 61, you're looking at like $2 and change a model. Still a great value if you look at it that way. So just some food for thought. Anyways, thanks very much for tuning in. Did you pre-order it? If not, are you going to do a major order thing? Share it in the comment section below. And until next time, take it easy.